Hi guys, Tyra here from Reiki Essentials and Firefly Giftshop. We are located at the intersection of Main and Madison. So this week has been our World Week of Tarot. It's been so much fun. I've done so many readings. It's just a lot of fun. So tomorrow's Friday and we've got another day of readings. Plenty of time for walk-ins to come in on Friday. And then Saturday we're open 9 to 5 and you can come in for readings during that time too. The only time on Saturday I won't be available for readings is when I'm running the mini workshops. There's one in the late morning and then one in the afternoon. But we'll have another video about that tomorrow. So right now though, a little history on World Tarot Day. Started May 25th in 2003 by Den Elder. And some readers like myself like to celebrate all week. So there's a whole week of World of Tarot. And like myself, there's a lot of complimentary readings that are given. And just to bring awareness to what tarot is and debunk, destroy myths and crazy lore of what tarot is not. So, Den, she started the World Tarot Day to explore and teach and honor tarot as a tool of guidance and personal growth. She was really upset by how some people were just hell-bent on believing that tarot was evil and used for evil, and it's not. And originally it didn't start that way either. I'll touch on that a little bit too, on how that became, the use of tarot cards, how that became a popular tool for occultists and that kind of thing. But tarot decks typically have 78 cards. When you see decks with less cards, that's usually like an oracle deck, or even like daily mantra decks, that kind of thing, or it could be chakra decks, and there's a gazillion and one different types of decks out there, but tarot, strictly speaking, is 78 cards. Most lore indicates an Italian beginning, like in the 15th century. However, there's evidence that they were using tarot decks in Germany before that, and in China before that even. So cards have been found all around the world earlier than this 15th century time. Some of your history teachings will say they go back all the way to 630. So there's no real concrete date of when tarot started or was created. But each century, each era has a different response to it. So initially, tarot cards were simply just playing cards. And then during Victorian times, like the late 1700s, all the way into early 1900s, as this industrial revolution grew, people were more and more in despair, and they kind of wanted to know that there was more to life than what they were experiencing. It kind of sounds like now, actually. Like the Renaissance period was like a dark and dreary, muddy and dirty type period, and people were looking for hope. And then with that industrial revolution and like the Victorian era, early on, it was a dirty time, dark, and people wanted more. They were hoping for more. And also at Victorian times, it's Queen Victoria, and she was going through some dark times spiritually, and she was seeking hope, just like people all around the world were. It was her husband, Prince Albert, I can't remember, but her husband had passed, and they called Queen Victoria more of a spiritualist than an occultist, although, and I think that was to give respect to the Queen. She reportedly liked to do seances and use the cards and just different ways to try to reach out if she was lonely, missing her husband, and that's kind of what started that line of thought for her, according to history stuff. So people wanted hope. Anyway, back then though too, there were still conspiracy theory people back then too. This isn't conspiracy theorist is not a new term. It's not new to us. It's been around forever. And the Masons also had secret symbols everywhere. And some of these symbols from the Roman Catholic Church and from the Masons, astrology, and science, they all made it into the tarot cards. Let's see. Oh yeah, I already mentioned Queen Victoria. And then, so people are looking for hope because it was a dark, dark time. And of course then the greedy people come out and they're like, oh, we can reach whomever. So there was a lot of that fraudulent activity going on with tables moving and whatever. A lot of like your paranormal TV shows, tripwires and everything. Anyway, greedy people. They gotta ruin the day. So, greedy people still happen today, in today's world too. So I also want to remind you to be careful of a reader that says that they can connect to the dead through their cards, or that they can tell the future with their cards, because they can't. Not with cards, anyway. If they're seeing the future, that's other means. Legit people. But you can't do that with cards. You can change your mind 1,001 ways before you even leave my shop, and therefore it's changed. You haven't made a decision. The future's not written yet. So anybody who tells you that they can tell the future for sure and certain, are you going to win the lottery, and are you going to die on this day, are you going to marry so and so, they're taking your money. One interesting thing I found, and it's correct. It's been noted and cited in a lot of historical things, and I like to mention this to people just to get a reaction out of them. Eliphas Levi is credited with adding the elements of nature to the cards. So air, earth, fire, and water. He's given credit and cited in numerous historical documents regarding his contribution of the elements to the tarot deck. And remember, I also said the Masons have symbols in there. The Catholic Church has symbols in there. And then now there's also air, earth, fire, and water are in the tarot decks, in their artwork, I should say. Astrology is in the artwork. I think that's it, yeah. In the original Rider-Waite decks. All kinds of interesting things are found in those cards. And they're put together in such a way, art design, that it means something. It's just the knowledge that is in each artsy portrait on each individual card is incredible. And there's nothing satanic in there. There's nothing that's going to conjure a demon or help you speak to the dead. But the symbolism is amazing. So anyway, Eliphas Levi, he's credited with the elements of nature. That's his contribution to the tarot decks. He said that the cards he created were a tool to help his students with spiritual enlightenment, self-awareness, and self-improvement. And that is a lot of the same thing that your legit tarot readers do today. That's how I was taught. That's how my mom was taught. Some of my friends that do tarot as well. It's for spiritual enlightenment. It's for self-awareness, improvement, helping get clarity, helping you think of how to solve something outside of the box. It's just the artwork, the symbols, the messages. Sometimes they just help trigger a good thought, a good outcome, whatever. The artwork helps. So anyway, he said help his students with spiritual enlightenment, self-awareness, and self-improvement. And like I said, he is often cited in all these legit documents as a defining influence on the tarot cards. Eliphas Levi was a Catholic priest, a teacher, and a writer. So a Catholic priest had some serious input on the Rider-Waite artwork and symbolism that we see in those cards today. Now you can also have a tarot deck that's got, kittens, fairies, and teapots. You can have one that has artwork that's all Halloween. They have, if you watch the TV series Supernatural, there's a deck with Supernatural. David Bowie, he has his own deck, which is intense, I have to say. But the original artwork is what I teach with, because I figure you need to know that history, you need to have that good foundation, and then go ahead and get your fluffy deck, with your kittens and your cartoon characters and your Japanese artwork, whatever you want. But start out with the basics, the way it was started by Eliphas Levi and the Masons in the old Catholic Church. They used to have tarot decks that were just like a deck of playing cards, like you'd play poker with. And they would put meanings to every card in there as well. And then, as it went through Italy and then Germany and France, then the Rider-Waite people and their artists got together. It's not something that your traveling clans from Romania is credited as starting. It's older than that. I'm sure they have their own influence on the whole thing too, and everybody has their own interpretation too. But yeah, so that's just a little bit. How long are we talking? 13 minutes. That's long enough. Yeah, so World Tarot Day started on the 25th of May in 2003 by Den Elder, because she really wanted to spread this type of message and debunk that, we don't summon demons. We can't open portals. We can't speak to dead people. And your legit readers are not going to claim their claim to fame is not going to be that they can tell you the future, because that's wrong. I've been accused of a few different things, but being anti-Jesus is not one of those things that you should go head to head with me over. There isn't anything bad with this tarot. There's no demons. There's no dead people. I don't know. Somebody else knows how to get a hold of demons. Then I guess you're the star in the Supernatural TV series, because it's not me. So that's what I got, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys coming up tomorrow for complimentary tarot readings, and Saturday as well. And for those classes, be interesting. More tidbits, history, lore for the morning class, and actual show and tell and practice, and try a few spreads for the afternoon class. You can bring your own deck, or you can use a classroom deck. Either way is fine with me. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks for participating. I really appreciate it.